I was in a strip club one night when a bartender shortchanged me about $80. So I stole her whole tip jar with about 500 in it. This is prison talk. So first thing you got to know is we were in a West Virginia strip club. So West Virginia strip clubs are the best strip clubs because they're fully naked. Everything is on display. And we had been chilling there for probably 2 hours. And I got to the point that I was fucking broke. So I don't have any money left. I borrowed some money from my homeboy James, who's sitting beside me. I'm like, yo, let me get 20 bucks, man. I'm trying to go up here and get a couple more drinks. So he doesn't have a $20 bill. All he has is hundreds. So he gives me $100 bill. This is how I know I got ripped off. So I go up and I ordered 2 or 3 cherry bombs. I can't remember what it was, but I know for a fact I should have got at least 4 20s and a little bit of change back and 3 drinks or 2 drinks, whatever it was. So I got the couple drinks or whatever, and I get all the way back over to the table because all I'm going to do is take a 20 out of the 100, and I'm going to give James $80 back, bro. That's all I want to do is give him his 80 bucks. His 80 bucks is not there. So I walk back over to the chick who I've been buying drinks from at the bar all night long. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, you just shortchanged me. I gave you 100, and here's what she gave me back, and it was like 30 bucks or something. I think what it was is she had shorted me a 50, is what it boiled down to. And I was like, yo, you got to give me my change. She's like, no, you gave me a 50. I said, no, I gave you 100 because that's all my boy had was 100. And I'm telling you, it was 100. She didn't care. Right beside her, there's a tip jar. And I'm telling you, this tip jar is it's not a little tip jar, though. It's like one of them big pickle jars or one of them big yeah, one of them big jars you see in a convenience store that's got pickles or eggs or something. And it's one of them, and it's not glass though. I'm pretty sure it was I'm pretty sure it was plastic. Big old screw lid and like a slot in the top. Tips. I look right at it. There's 20s. There's 5s. There's 10s. There's 1s. Like it's overflowing. This is like almost closing time in this bar. You know what I mean? So I go back to the table. She won't give my money back, James. This is here what we're going to do. Y'all go get in the car. And I got my little stick man right there with me who was my co-defendant on my main federal charges that we talked about. I'm like, yo, here's what you got to do. When we get over here, there's a tip jar. I'm going to order a drink. I'm going to take the drink. I'm going to grab the tip jar. We're going to bounce. I need you to take care of the bouncers because I'm going to have this tip jar. And my little boy, my dude, he's a pit bull. Like this cat, I tell him to punch in the face. He would punch in the face. That's just what he did. So we walk up to the bar. Give me a cherry bomb. She gives me a cherry bomb. Wow, I hit the cherry bomb, smack it on the back, and I grab the chip jar. And out the door I go. I'm straight behind my boy, you know what I mean? Kind of hiding the tip jar down behind him a little bit, and the board or the bouncer standing there, and he can't really see what's going on, man. But about that time, she says something. He sits up, and my boy just kind of football hits him. Bang! He football hits him and knocks him out of the way, and out the door we go running. So my boy was already out in the parking lot waiting for us in a international scout. He had just had an international scout. I don't know why. That's what we had drove up there. So when you come out, it's a U that goes down to both sides, and then there's a big rock that sits right in front. So, and the crazy part about this story is telling you this makes me think of the rest of it, who we found out later owned the bar. So, anyways, we come out of the bar, and you either go around this U to get out or go by the rock, and we didn't have no choice. There was cars and stuff in the way. They were coming after us. We jumped in the Scout, went down over the hill, out on the road, down the road we go. And back then we had starter jackets. Everybody had these starter jackets that we wore, and I had this big zipper pocket in the front of a pullover starter jacket. So the first thing I do is unscrew the lid. I'm reaching in there. They can't identify us based on money. They can only identify us based on like the jar. At least that's on my head, you know, because I'm so smart, which I wasn't. So we've been over this before. So anyways, I'm putting all the money in my pocket, you know what I mean? And we get on down the road. So we get back to the house, and when we're at the house, my boy James had exchanged numbers with a couple of the girls there, hoping they would hit him up. And then they call, he answers the phone, and they're like, yo, where'd y'all go? Y'all took the tip jar. He hangs up on them. You know, we're back in Virginia now. So we get away with that part of it. Another crazy part of the story is I forgot all about 50 bucks of it that I found in my headboard about 2 months later that I bought a quarter of weed with and smoked it right up, which was crazy. So then later on, this is probably 2, 3, maybe 6 months later, we're up in the bedroom and we're telling this story to some friends of ours. And the chick that is with our buddy says, no shit, this is like the same thing that happened to my aunt and uncle's bar, bro. And it was their bar. But my boy is spitting all these stories out, and I'm like, and he got to the point, so it was no reeling back now. And of course, I got to give him the mean eye, and I'm like, yo. And he reels it back, and he's like, oh, no, that was this other bar. And she didn't buy it, bro. They knew. I'm telling you, they knew. And what was even crazier than that, it's like, I feel like they knew, but later on down the line, we ended up going with her and him, like the couple that she said this was our aunt and uncle's bar. We ended up going there and having steaks. Like the chick that I stole the tip jar from served me steaks. Bro, I'm telling you, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. I'm not a script writer. This shit happened, dude. It's crazy that it happened that way, but that's exactly how it happened. Matter of fact, I remember when it was is because when we went up that time, I was in the back of a little CRX, one of the 2-seater CRXs with, what was that motherfucker's name? Anyways, I was in the back of the little CRX on the ride up there, and I couldn't believe it on the ride back because I was telling him and his old lady, I was like, yo, I stole her tip jar, you know what I mean, so many years ago. Bro, some of this part right there, like I didn't remember some of that stuff till we got to talking about the story, man. Anyways, that was about the time that I just swiped their whole tip jar. I think it was about 500 bucks. I think I gave my boy like $100 out of it for doing maybe I split it with him. I don't know. I gave him half of it or whatever it was for getting the bouncers out of my way. And then, I feel like the driver who turned out to be a piece of shit that snitched on me later on, he wanted some money. I might have threw him something. I might not have. I can't remember what happened. Crazy shit, bro. Crazy shit. Anyways, man, if y'all like these stories, I got plenty more to drop. This is Prison Talk.